Hello, I'm Mike. I'm a scientist and I want to share with you the very best science in the world. Genetic science, DNA stuff. We're just scratching the surface of DNA, but we have done amazing steps already. And I want to introduce to you today an amazing product that will absorb the fat in your stomach immediately after you eat during the digestion period. So this is for things that you eat from now on, not for the existing fat, for the new fat you gain. Beer, burgers, chips, and even the normal food you eat every day, there is always a fat percentage there. So I want to introduce to you a natural product made of a plant which is genetically created. There's nothing to worry about changing DNAs, change genes. It's illegal, it's not possible to do, the science cannot change genes. Okay, so many people ask questions about that. It doesn't exist, not possible. This is all about a powder, a plant from a forest, a natural extract absorbing the fat in your stomach immediately after you finish eating. There is no dosage. The fat absorption could be 80%, could be even more. The reason why there's no number is because it depends what you take. For example, if you drink 2 beers, you will need at least 2 capsules. If you only take 1, then obviously you're gonna have, 50-60% of fat taken away. Now, that's why we don't give a number. Okay, it depends on you. The good thing is no side effects. It's a natural extract, so you can take as many as you want. I would suggest if you have fish and chips, you take 3. If you have beer, you take another 1, 4. If you have just rice with beef, salads, let's say 2. So you're gonna have to balance that. There's no problem on taking 5 or 6. Okay, you're gonna have to see what has got more calories. If you like binge drinking, then this is perfect. And then take 5 or 6, and it'll absorb the fat once the alcohol turns into fat in our stomach. So quickly, just saying, what is this here? Why do I have? Okay, today is about fat. How to remove the fat in your stomach during your digestion period, so you don't store fat. It's unbelievable stuff. Real, fact-proven science out there available. Not very known to the public, so I'm trying to share with you, but it's available already. Right. Why do I have a car here? If you watch car races, sometimes there are leakage from the car, for example, on the track, and the marshals go and put sand or some sort of powder. It's exactly the same principle I want to explain today. The capsule is a powder, and the powder will absorb the fat in a natural way. And I will show you very quickly. I just want to recap again. We're not talking about medicine. We're not talking with going to the doctor or having problems with heart. We're talking about Mother Nature, natural extracts from Mother Nature. Plus science plus technology. These two are the difference. Up until now we had science, we didn't have enough technology. Now we can combine these two, and with the natural extracts, and we make amazing products. I want to show you the product. Sorry, I have to go off camera. The product is just, it comes in a capsule because it's easier. Okay, right, it's a natural extract, remember that. And I want to show to you. So let's replicate the test. How does this thing work? So you remember the car race, the oil is absorbed on the track, okay, with some sort of powder or sand. We're going to replicate exactly the same what happens with fat in our stomach. So cooking oil, the worst case scenario, okay, there's a really high fat, worse than food. I'm putting direct oil onto water. Water represents our body, okay, pure as it should be, excellent drinking water. Okay, so we're going to put oil onto water and see what happens. Right, so you see there the particles, the fat comes to the top. Okay, so that's what happens inside our stomach, the fat. Now, if I take 1, let me just open it. Okay, and let's see what happens. So that's the water, that's the cooking oil, and that's the capsule. Okay, remember this is I'm putting a really extreme case of cooking oil is really high fat comparing to food we eat, just to show you how it works. And remember, this happens during the digestion period. So we take the capsule 10 minutes before a meal, breakfast, dinner, lunch, the typical 3, and then it happens during the 2 hours the absorption takes place. So I'm going to just try to show in a couple of minutes, to make this short, what happens when the powder acts in your stomach. So it will start to absorb and turn into a solid cluster, sort of a cluster. And you'll see now exactly what happens. The cluster now dropped here. Now this represents, is becoming solid, you can see here. And one by one, these little balls, the cluster, okay, becoming a solid form. This represents going into your intestines, into your stool, poo-poo, if you want to get familiar with. So that's what it does. It absorbs the fat in your stomach, it doesn't allow it to go into your organs, into the rest of your body, and it goes straight to your stool into a solid form, and then down the toilet it goes. That's